as an attorney, even in the juvenile court, my client is the child, and that means that I represent the child. The child's expressed desires are different from the parent's expressed desires. And I get asked a lot, what do I do in that kind of circumstance? Oftentimes, when I come onto the case to represent a juvenile who's involved in the juvenile justice system, the first person I talk to is that child's parent. Usually the parent is the one who seeks out an attorney and who makes those phone calls, whether that be just because the child is too young to be doing things like that, or perhaps they're in the juvenile detention center at the time. Most of the time, it's the parents who reach out, which means I'll be talking usually pretty in depth about what's going to happen and talk about the child and history and background of the child, and having all these conversations about what the parent wants to happen or what they hope will happen, or, maybe there's a type of punishment or consequence that the parent even may want to see that they want to tell me about. Sometimes this can get tricky because as an attorney, even in the juvenile court, my client is the child, and that means that I represent the child. And the times when this can get tricky is when the child's expressed desires are different from the parent's expressed desires. And I get asked a lot, what do I do in that kind of circumstance? Or what are the rules surrounding that when a parent may have been the one to hire, but the child is the one who's my client? And the simple answer is I try my best to get everyone on the same page and to get everyone to understand each other's point of view, and hopefully, ideally, in the end, kind of come to an agreement or an understanding about the outcome, and make sure that that child is heard and that their desires are represented and expressed and met to the greatest extent possible, while also having the parents support that decision. There are certainly times where we get to the end or the disposition of a case and it's different from what the parents thought they wanted or what they told me they wanted at the beginning, but more often than not, through open communication, frequent communication, we're able to get on the same page, so at the end, there's that level of understanding to where the parents want the same thing that their kid ultimately wants. For the most part, usually. And when that doesn't happen, I've never come across a situation where the parents don't understand that I have a job to do. The reason they hire me or the reason they hire an attorney is because they want their kid to be protected. They want their kid to be represented. So even if there are times when the parent doesn't agree with the request that the attorney is making or the positions that the child is taking, they understand that it's the job of the attorney to express those things and to fight for those things, even if it's not what the parent would have chosen. If there's a way that we can help you with the juvenile law related matter, give us a call at 817-203-2220.